Good morning. Thank you for joining me today on the Soul Sister channel. My name is Kat. Today is Sunday, February 21st, 2021, and I am here with your weekly spiritual and astrological forecast. Let's get started with our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first breath, we're releasing all disease, toxicity, and negativity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we're releasing all disease, toxicity, and negativity from our emotional astral bodies. Third breath. On this third breath, we're releasing all disease, toxicity, and negativity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We're going to visualize all this darkness leaving our bodies, flowing out of our fingertips, flowing out of our toes, and just flowing away. And in its place, we are being filled with this beautiful white. It's intense light, love, and the will to good. It's filling every crevice. And then it's forming this bubble around us. And this bubble is a bubble of protection. And it's deflecting all evil, low vibration, and negativity right back to where it came. Hope it didn't come from you. That's not a good thing. But, and we are protected now for the day. There's lots of energy swirling out there. We want to make sure that we are clear and aligned as much as possible. So I always say, use this tool whenever you need it. The more we do it, because thoughts are things, the more we practice this, the more real, the more immediate it becomes in its effects. So we want to keep that going. Anyway, we have a lot of things going on this week. The first is the good news of Mercury going direct yesterday, thank goodness. Just a reminder, Mercury is a very swift guy, very, very quick. But he moves so quick that 3 times a year for 3 weeks each time, he needs to take a time out and rest. But we in society, we don't take that time out along with Mercury. So we're going on with life while Mercury's resting. So any kind of communication, data, travel gets kind of screwed up. Well, Mercury woke up yesterday and he's ready to move forward again. So thank you, Mercury. He's ready to go. So we should get some good action in all those areas. Now, he doesn't like jump out of bed. He kind of gets up slowly. So it's not going to be like, boom, the switch is on and everything's fine. It's going to take a couple of days for that energy to feel like it's moving forward again. We also have the sun in Pisces. The sun has moved into Pisces now for the next month. And the Piscean energy is all about our emotions. It's all about our emotions, and it's also about our spirituality. So it's really important this month for all of us, whether we have our sun in Pisces, well, maybe particularly if we have our sun in Pisces, that we are very conscious of our emotions and where those emotions are coming from and why they are coming up. We are going to experience emotions coming up like we did last week. This is going to happen like all month. So there is a tendency to experience everything, the outer world, through our emotions this month. We need to be aware of it. What it looks like positively, we want to give back. We want to be of service. It's an energy of compassion. It's an energy of working with our faith and our belief. In this energy, we want to make sure that we make time for self alone so that we can check in with our higher self and really nurture that relationship, because the energy is there when we are alone to really tap into that this month. Now, on the negative side, it's not a pretty picture. On the negative side, this energy becomes very much a victimization, and it's also very addictive. So we're so emotional. This is so emotional. Coming from this emotional energy can be very exhausting for us. Also, this emotional energy kind of makes us feel sometimes that, we're so disappointed because we have these high ideals, or we have these certain ideals, and we look out there and it's just, so we want to get away from it. We want to escape from it. It's too overwhelming. It's too depressing. We don't want to deal with it. So we go to the traditional addictions, whether it's drugs or alcohol, food. And the non-traditional, I would say, addictions be work, things like that, staying in your house, isolating yourselves so that you don't have to deal with it. Be aware of that energy in your life this month. Now that you're conscious, now that we're conscious with it, about it, we can look at how it's operating, and then we can start working with it consciously instead of allowing it to, bump us around unconsciously. I wanted to talk a little bit more about this intense pair up we had last week, because that energy, even though the intensity is over with, this energy is going to be around until March 3rd. Not only that, these two will pair up in a square again. I think it's June 14th and December 24th. This energy is going to be around all year. It's going to be intense like it was last week a couple of times, but we are going to be working with this energy all year. So I wanted to give you a little idea about the planet Saturn. The planets in our charts, the planets are our teachers. So Saturn is teaching us about what is reality. With that Sun in Pisces, we want to escape reality, right? So we got that going on. But Saturn wants us to look at reality as it is, and then seeing it as it is and acting upon it decisively. The negative side of this energy is just, again, it's almost like, it's not like victimization, but it's like, I can't do it. I give up. It's too hard. Let me see, despair, frustration. That's the negative part. The positive energy of Saturn is seeing things the way they really are in the world, and then addressing it from our true self, which brings up Uranus. Uranus is teaching us about who we are. I love to yell at us about how unique we are, how special we are. Well, Uranus is the teacher who helps us discover that about ourselves. So here's the thing though, Uranus and being ourselves, we have to be ready to buck society, to buck conformity, to be ourselves. And are we ready to go it alone? In both of these energies, Saturn and Uranus, they both say to stand up for who we are, to stand up for our beliefs, we may have to go it alone. So here are the energies that we're working with. Reality, making good decisions, effective decisions for the future, building good foundations. And with this Aquarian energy, it's breaking old habits with new ideas that are more successful for the whole of us. And it's battling this Uranus. Uranus is, it's our unique individuality, but remember, it's a square. It's also in Taurus, which is a very physical planet. So it's money and it's the physical world. And we are, on the positive side, we are learning about who we are uniquely in this. But again, on the negative side, let me check this out. It's the temptation to just go with the herd. Just do what everybody else does, because we can't make a difference anyway. So think about these energies too as we move through not only the week, but this entire year. It is kind of the whole energetic picture for the entire year. The breaking out, seeing reality as it is. What is the problem and how can we solve it? And with Aquarius, we're saying, how can we solve it together with all our unique perspectives together? There is so much power in the group. We can come up with a solution that will just be amazing, a minor miracle. And so we have that, and then we have Uranus, and it's like in conflict with itself. We have this need to be individualistic, to express our unique selves. But in this square in Taurus, it's like, I'm just going to go along with everybody else, okay? I'm not gonna rock the boat. I don't want to. I'm not going to do it. So think about these energies this week. All right, back to the rest of the week. I was on a roll there. So in the beginning of the week, let's see, on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have Mars trine Pluto. Listen up, all of us out there looking for a job or a new career. We've got Mercury has now gone direct, and now we have this nice little Mars trine Pluto. Mars is in Taurus, physical money. Pluto is in Capricorn, physical money, foundation. Have your antenna up. If we're looking for a job, this Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be, the energy is there for an opportunity to come through. So be open and be ready. Get up in the morning, do our 3 deep cleansing breaths, and put your order out to the universe. Hey, bring that job to me today. And the energy will be there to support it. At the end of the week, we have Venus, who was in Aquarius. It's also going to move into Pisces along with the sun. And we have the sun in Pisces is going to be sextiling Uranus and Taurus. This is a good Thursday and Friday. This is a good time, actually Wednesday and Thursday, sorry about that. This is a good time. These 2 days are good days for being creative, innovative, and it's also a good day for anything to do with the arts, music, going to the museum, things like that. And then on Saturday, we will have the full moon in Pisces. And this brings us back to the energy of Pisces that I've been talking about. The sun is now in Pisces and Venus is moving in Pisces. This is all about the emotions. We're going to feel the need and the desire to be of service, to give back. And we are going to feel more compassionate for those around us. On the positive side, on the negative side, it all may just be way too overwhelming for us, and we're going to want to get away from it and escape in some way. The escape that we want to use in those situations is just to settle down, do the 3 breaths, do a meditation. That's the escape we want, because the energy is also here to really have that connection with our higher self, to really nurture that. So that way it won't default into any kind of addictive behavior. Let's see. I'm sorry, I've been winded, very long-winded this week. Let's see what our guides have to say to us, what advice they'd like to offer us this week ahead. I did want to talk about that Saturn and Uranus as teachers. I want us to be aware of those energies and what they are about and what they are trying to accomplish. Spirit guides, what would you like to share with us today? Thank you so much for your advice. Clean it up. Round and round. Truth be told. Sorry about that. We have seen these guys. They're coming back. And remember, we have Venus in Pisces. We have the Sun in Pisces. And and it's all about the emotion. It's all about that emotional attachment, that emotional relationship. So we are going to be talking about the relationship. Spirit wants to say to us, clean it up. If you've got any unfinished business in our relationship, we know who we are. We need to bring balance to our relationship. What do we need to do to clean it up? Do we need to be a little bit more tolerant? Do we need to work on loving a little bit more unconsciously? Do we need to let something go? Clean it up. Spirit says, as we're looking at our relationships, why do we keep attracting unhealthy relationships? We need, again, emotions. What is the emotional reason that we keep attracting, we keep getting ourselves into relationships that are not healthy, are not supportive? We need to take a look. And I'm going to tell you, these emotions are all going to be around. So try to be objective and stay with it. And so you can go through the process of the emotions coming up when you ask yourself these questions, and then really staying with them so you can determine why they're there. Once you can determine while they're there, if you can be truthful with yourself, then you can choose a different direction. But you have to be truthful. Again, but Pisces is all about fantasy too. It's all about, just pretending we live in this fantasy world and we're not dealing with reality. So please, let's work on our relationships. Look at, again, the emotional attachment. Look at the reasons why we keep allowing ourselves in these relationships that aren't healthy. Once we get to the bottom of it, then we can work on changing it. But we have to see why it's there first. We have to understand why those emotions are there. That is our task. Sorry, I'm a froggy, but I'm going to get through this. I want to bring up one more thing before I go. I did a little tarot, an introduction to the tarot, but I forgot to mention my favorite deck for anyone who wants to get started with it. And that is the Radiant Tarot deck. You know why I love it? Because it has this awesome, awesome book. I mean, this sucker has all kinds of wonderful, wonderful pages and pages of information in it. You will find as you work with the tarot that you're going to start coming up with your own fine-tuned interpretations, but this is a great place to start. It will keep you busy for a while. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sorry that I'm still not totally recovered from the COVID, but I'm going to keep going. I'm almost there. I appreciate your tolerance. Remember this week and always that life always is lived from inside out. You always got to start here. Make it a great week. Namaste.